want to talk a little bit about this Don Lemon interview. I know it's been out there for days now, but it came out officially. I watched about half of it this morning. It's an hour long. It was officially released. And we'll listen to a little bit of a clip, and then we'll get into this back and forth, not only between the two of them, but what it means business-wise. Here's a clip from the interview.
So you've been posting up a storm, as you always do in the past couple weeks, about the redesign of the Tesla Roadster coming at the end of this year. Are there any kind of updates that you can talk about to expect from your flagship EV? I mean, Tesla stock is down the last 6 months. What's next for the company?
You know, the stocks go up and down, but what really matters is, are we making and delivering great products? The Tesla products are outstanding. Last year, the Tesla Model Y was the best-selling car of any kind in the world.
So it started off rather normal, like our conversation now, Dennis.
Right.
And it was cordial, and they were talking back and forth as you do. We'll get to some of the more heated exchanges in a moment. But that's the business part on Tesla. He was getting into it, and they get a new Roadster I guess people are excited about. And,
That's
let's take that first.
Now understand, I am an owner of Tesla shares.
Okay.
I bought it at the high, $286 or $46 a share.
You've always been known for your
impeccable
timing.
Yes, impeccable timing. Bought it, and then it went down, and now it's down 30%. I think in 6 months or 3 months, I checked. Tesla cannot win for losing when it comes to the media. Tesla has gone up more than almost any stock in history in the past 5 to 10 years, roughly, right?
Yeah.
And yet on the Wall Street Journal front page, the story is about, he's been using drugs during this time when the stock's gone up tenfold. People are worried about it. Well, you know what? Use some more drugs, baby. Make it go up another tenfold. I'd like to get back to even.
Well, that was part of the actual interview when they were talking about that. It's ketamine and the like. And Elon Musk said at one point that, if whatever I'm using, I should keep using it.
Yes,
because he was talking about the actual performance of the company at the time.
I should also reveal I have just finished the manuscript of my future bestseller on Elon Musk for HarperCollins. So I'm talking my book. You don't spend 6 months diving into the personality and methods of a man unless you kind of admire him. And I think he's good for this country. I think he's good for the media. Why is it, when you listen to other parts of this Don Lemon interview, why is it that a South African-born American U.S. citizen is schooling a journalist on First Amendment right to free expression? And that's what you see in this interview. Did someone say
listen to another part of the interview? Let's do that. This is more Don Lemon and Elon Musk that's just out officially today. Let's listen.
So, why would that question upset you? You seem upset by it, are you?
I think you.
And I'm not trying to upset you.
Well, you are upsetting me because the way you're phrasing the questions, I think, is not cogent.
That's when I started to say it started off cordial, and then one bit after another, it got a little bit more tense to the point where Elon Musk clearly had enough by that stage.
And what are you doing that for? Let's think about this. I host a podcast, What's Bugging Me. And when I bring on people to interview for that podcast, I'm not out there to go after them and get them. I want them to be able to talk and explain themselves. And that's what this should have been. You have been hired, supposedly, by Elon Musk. You are doing your first interview of your show after getting fired by CNN. And then you get in a fight with him, ask him these he contrived this.
There is another side of this, as you know, because Musk, this is Don Lemon's point, that he's made. I want to know what you think of it, is that basically Musk has said, I want this town square, and I want all the voices. In fact, what they talked about at the beginning, and this was actually a little bit tense as well, is that Musk has said, I want people on the left, I want people on the right. He says Lemon's on the left, and, Tucker Carlson's of the world are on the right. And, he wants it open, free speech, ask whatever you want, talk about whatever you want. So Lemon is saying, hey, this is what you want.
Well, has he said that Lemon can no longer be on the platform at all?
No.
He said that I don't want to be in business with you. By the way, it came out later that Don Lemon, here's the thing, I've been fired by a TV network, as Connell knows, and afterward, you are so devastated and hurt that I really admire Don Lemon, that he was able to say, for this show, Elon, I want $5 million signing bonus, $8 million a year, a cyber truck, and equity in your company, and the right to approve some decisions. Man, that is real self-entitlement and self-confidence, and I lacked it when I left the network.
That wasn't in your last contract negotiation?
It sure was not.
Certainly wasn't in the exit agreement.
I would have been happy to have anybody hire me, but especially Elon Musk, one of the most important figures of our age. He really, truly is.
Right. What was it, Claudine? You have one more clip you wanted us to play? Okay, so we're going to do one more clip from this interview. Let's see you interview Elon Musk. That might be kind of interesting.
I'm dying to have him on What's Bugging Me, baby. Come on.
Yeah, What's Bugging Me? Everything. Here's another clip from the interview. Here you go.
Do you think if you moderated yourself more if there was better content moderation on the platform, that you wouldn't have to answer these questions from reporters about the great replacement theory as it relates to
I don't have to
Democrats,
answer these questions.
great replacement theory as it relates to Jewish people? Do you think that?
I don't have to answer questions from reporters. Don, the only reason I'm doing this interview is because you're on the X platform and you asked for it. Otherwise, I would not do this interview.
I think I know what you're going to say about that, Dennis.
Yeah, this reminds me of when he was on another network talking about advertisers who would want to interfere with free speech on his platform, and he said GFY. That was kind of the similar answer without using the same initials.
Right.
But also this idea, this is what bothers me, Connell, this phrase, content moderation, okay? What it means is censorship.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.